What up, y'all? Just want to tell you, you're real special, man, because if you've had all these attacks from all these narcissists your whole life, in bouts with relationships and with your family and friends. I even had friends, even at a young age, and when I tried to just break friendship with them because I knew they weren't going to be good for me anymore, that's where I was threatened. But with all of these individuals that have been coming at you your whole life, and then to wake up to it, it definitely gives you a new lease on life. And no matter how old you are, today is a new day. And so today, well, it's not today anymore, because if you can see behind me, it's kind of dark out. It's getting cold as heck in Charlotte here. But every day you wake up, henceforth, that every day is a new day. Live in the day, and to live day by day. You looking back causes depression, and it causes maybe regret. When you start to look back, it's like you're looking back for a reason. And typically the reason is I missed that, or I regret something that I did in that. Okay. And somebody asked me, subscribers asked me to talk about bitterness and how do you get over it. I just wanted to drop a line tonight because I kind of felt like it. First of all, letting go of the past. I know it's easier said than done, but letting go of the past means that you have to trump it. Trumpet is a term used in spades. So anyway, you have to make your new days better than your last days, okay? And anytime you look too far ahead is where you get anxiety. So quit all that. Or at least know that's where anxiety, depression comes from. Too far ahead, I can't do that, causes anxiety. I don't have strength for that. You don't have the strength for that. You can't go back and it's dead already. Okay, it's over. You can't go back and pick it up. Okay, so forget it. And to look into the future and get anxiety because you don't have the strength, this mountain you're looking at. Well, you don't have the strength to do it. And you won't have the strength to do it because God gave you the strength to do the next moment. He's given you the strength to do today. And if you can get to a point to where you focus on just today and things you're doing today, I think it's good sometimes to make a little, like a list of things that you want to accomplish today that's realistic. Your health, like something that's healthy for you. Food choices and going to the gym, something that's much needed these days, because a lot of times they got you sedentary, sitting at a computer all day, or eating GMO foods, getting 2,000 calories a pop with each meal. You got to live day by day and moment to moment. And this is the thing. Whatever you were, you have this idea of who you are. But now that you're woke, you're able to dodge a lot of these individuals. You know how to handle them in different ways. You know how to, gray rock them, control your emotions, and respond and not react, even outside of your relationship with the narcissist. We're talking about, you deal with narcissists every day. When you go pick up your coffee at Starbucks, people try to get you in a bad mood. So just respond and don't accept it. When you start operating like this, you're operating in your new man, your new woman. Start thinking about being the best version of yourself. Like, how can I be the best version of myself? What can I do different today that will elevate me, energize me, and galvanize me? It's hard dealing with the end of a relationship, even if whatever kind of relationship, because a lot of times being an empath, you love that individual, whether they loved you or not, or whether they say you don't love them because it was a trauma bond, you still love them. I don't get that. I mean, I get it. I get it to a point. You still love them. You still gave them. If you gave them everything, you loved them. I mean, come on. Thing is you have bitterness. See, bitterness. How to let go of bitterness. So you have bitterness. A lot of times when you have bitterness, I think what happened, maybe you feel like not only did somebody get over on you, but you also feel like that it put them ahead of you and they didn't have to pay for any of it. And I know that's difficult to deal with, especially in this kind of community, because when you get out of a narcissistic relationship, a lot of times you didn't have enough self-love, and you've realized that by now. And I don't need to harp on that, because that's how we all kind of woke up. But see, this was supposed to happen. It was supposed to happen that you were going to not love yourself so much and give yourself so much to somebody else that something clicked in you and it woke you up. So it's kind of a good thing in the end. You know, like it says in the Bible, like all good things work together for good for those that are called by the Lord and counted to his name. And so I don't know what you look like after this financially, and what your heart looks like and what you're going through. But this is a time, like if you're getting out of a narcissistic relationship and you feel bitterness, then it's a time for you, and you're awoke and you know what you're dealing with. If you're on this channel and you're listening, then you're going to have to just, to get over it to some degree, turn it into, you got to turn that pain into motivation. And you're going to have to meditate, journal. They say to journal, and that works. To just get a journal book, and when you're frustrated or you want to call the narcissist, whatever, call it jackass, just grab that paper and pen, man, and write a letter to him, and then rip it out the book and burn it. I mean, you got to get these emotions and things out of you. You know, I do believe like praise and worship at church is really good. Although I haven't been to church in a minute, but I want to go. They do talk about you can get deep tissue massages because this trauma stays in your body. And when the trauma, it gets caught in your tendons, a lot of your deep tissues of your muscles. And when you get a deep tissue massage, it will get down to those deep muscles. And that's why it hurts sometimes. They even say it'll make you cry sometimes because you have old emotions that are caught up in your tendons and your muscles. And when you get them, it causes it to be released. Think about it. When you go through trauma, you tighten up, you tense up. And then that trauma is caught in that tension of those muscles and tendons. And then you're walking around with it and you can't get it out, and you're frustrated and you're annoyed and you don't know why. I do suggest deep tissue massage, but you got to find ways to release it, and you probably got a lot to release. That's why the supernova occurs, is because you got so much built up, and also it's a defensive mechanism. When you go supernova, and that's when you basically have taken all you could take from a narcissist. You've been with them for several years, and you're getting woke up through the stress of it. And it's a defensive mechanism. It'll get you to destroy the narcissist in that moment of time. And it scares the narcissist. They don't know what to do. They don't know you. They don't know you have this kind of power, damn it. Or they do. They do. They do know you have this power. They just don't want to see it. Listen, when I was waking up, my ex-narcissist knew I was waking up. They know this stuff. But when you go supernova on them, you're blasting a hole to escape as an empath. And in the process of you blasting a hole, you are destroying the narcissist. But it is a defensive mechanism that comes out of you. When you're gonna die of sickness, man. And that's what causes you to go supernova. All that junk is starting to surface. Remember I told you that the empath has the ability to get rid of it. The narcissist doesn't. It's like a trash can that's filling up, and they keep packing it back down, but it's going to overflow after a while, and they don't deal with it. It's like the elephant in the room, but you can't talk about it. That's why a lot of people in narcissistic families and stuff, they grow up with all these problems, man. It's like, because if you're the scapegoat, you're the normal one. You're the normal one that was born into an abnormal environment, to where the rest of them just accepted it and became it. But they didn't become it. I believe we're innately who we are. We're just becoming our new man, our new woman, our new person, because we're waking up through the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It's just giving us information. But you got to have your heart right to get information. That's how the Lord works. To get over bitterness, you're going to have to work 5 times as hard right now. And everything that you got to do, there is going to be no slack in the rope. You don't have no time to be slacking. If you're bitter, you lost something. You lost something. You lost, probably lost, financially. You lost emotionally. You lost your heart. But you have to, every day, ensure that the following future, your future, is going to be excellent. And if you're in a hole, then you gotta get out the hole, man. You gotta climb out the hole first. It could suck. I've been through it myself, and financially bad for me. It was spiritually and mentally and psychologically. It was the worst hurting in my life. New levels, new devils. I even got stalked by the spirit. When I unmasked the narcissist, I got stalked by the spirit. Would jump from person to person, follow me around, and staring a hole through me for a time. And I had to pray against it. And you're breaking free. You're getting outside the matrix. And Satan don't like that. Satan don't like that. And that's why he was destroying you. And God was trying to wake you up. A lot of times we can be stiff-necked, man, and we don't want to wake up. We don't want to listen to what's right. But we took it further than we wished we did, right? The thing is you have to take that fuel, that gasoline, and you have to mold it into something that's going to profit you in every way of your life. Like, you ain't got time to be just kicking it no more if you're bitter. You got to roll this into something big. You got to go get you a new degree. You got to go get you a job making twice as much. You got to work on a second income. You got to go to the gym, and you got to educate, re-educate, grow spiritually, mentally, physically, change up your style and everything, man, and get that vibration right. Get everything in order in your house. Nothing worse than someone that's got no order in their life. You ever go in somebody's walk-in closet, looks trashed up. Order it. Put it in order. All your t-shirts from white to black. All your short sleeve polo shirts, white to black. All your long sleeve shirts from white to black. Order them up and use all the same hangers. Make sure your shoes are clean. Take care of yourself. One thing is, you got to look decent. If you got a tooth missing right here, fix it. That's the first thing I would do. I wouldn't go out on a date with somebody missing a tooth. Anybody can fix a tooth. That's lazy. Yeah, I'm just saying, man. If you need dentures, get dentures, man. Do something. You gotta have teeth, okay? Teeth, man. Your teeth gotta be right first, or you ain't getting no good job. Come on, man. Take your vitamins, or, lotion up, something. I don't know. But, yeah, so, all right, check it out. If I lost something that was valuable to me, I just had a $200 watch or something. If I lost a $200 watch, I don't know what brand. I don't even know what watches go for anymore. But if I lost a $200 watch, man, and I like that watch, then I can't just go out and buy another $200 watch. I have to go out and get like a $400 watch. Then I'm not going to worry about it anymore. Am I going to be... And that's what I'm getting at. The only fix for anything, when you're talking about like stuff like bitterness, and you gotta be better than all of it. I don't know what you're bitter about, but time fixes your heart. But typically for me, if I had a 5-year relationship, it's gonna take 2.5 years for me to get over it and really to truly heal. I would have dated and stuff in between that, but I'm just saying, for me to truly get over a relationship, whatever it is, half the time is what always worked for me. And I'm not saying that's great and all, but I mean, I've had a 10-year relationship and it took 5 years to get over it. And I'm the one that broke it off because it was destructive. So it's going to take time. Time does heal. I don't care what people say. Some people online say time don't heal. Time heals. And if you're bitter because you lost your man, if you're bitter because you lost your woman, then my point is this, just like the watch, you got to go out and you got to trump it. You got to get 2 times better. You gotta go get you a woman or a man that's twice as good as this fool was. Then are you gonna be bitter anymore? No. Because what I got now is twice as good as the old one. Same thing. If I had a Ford Escort and someone stole it, well, then I'm gonna go out and get a BMW. Do you think I'm gonna worry about the Ford Escort anymore? No. I ain't worried about that. Really? It's just not gonna happen, man. It's just not. I mean, if you can get better, then you ain't even gonna be thinking about it anymore. You're just not. It's better. When you meet somebody, it's better, man. Whatever you were worried about ends almost overnight. If you had a Ford Escort and you loved it, and someone stole it, you'd be thinking about it all the time. But if you got you a BMW, man, you ain't gonna give a damn about no Ford Escort no more. Starting day one when you get that BMW. Yeah. So, that's what you gotta do. You gotta trump it. If you're bitter because you lost a job making $100,000 a year, then you gotta go get one making $300,000 a year. If you're bitter because they cheated you out of your emotions and your heart, well, then you gotta build boundaries that are 3 times stronger. You gotta read up and go inside and fix whatever's wrong. It's kind of like you gotta RoboCop this thing, man. If a police officer was the shit, now we gotta turn into RoboCop, Terminator or some shit. You know, we gotta be like 10 times better than whatever the hell the police officer was. That fixes bitterness. But that gets you to let go of it. Whatever it is. You feel like you were misused, abused, and stole from in every which way. You took from me. You took my heart, my emotions. You took part of my soul, damn it. And I want it. I want it all back. Good. Let it burn. Let it burn. And burn it. Fuel off that. Use that. That's where pain is love, man. I'm telling you.